Best of luck. Sell-out tours in the UK, a massive hit in the States, Canada, even the French love him.
Comedian Ed Byrne's talking gigs, gags and Glastonbury in just a moment. But first, here he is playing sleazeball Rob in a brand new comedy drama, Reunited.
Martin helped me. It's quite funny.
Martin?
I'll tell you after.
This afternoon? I spoke to him this morning.
So?
Well, he said he wasn't going to see you again.
Why would he say that?
No reason.
Why, Rob?
He's still in love with you.
Martin is.
No. I phrased that badly. He thinks he might be.
Still in love with me? And you slept with me knowing that?
No, he told me later.
But you're trying to sleep with me now?
Because he said he wasn't going to see you again.
But he did.
Maybe because he realises he's not, so there's no harm you two being friends.
Or because he thinks he is and wanted to see me again.
Yeah, I prefer my take on it.
You would.
You sleazeball.
They changed the name of the character was originally called Ed. And then,
really?
and then when they cast me, I asked them would they change the name of the character. Because I didn't, to avoid confusion when sitting around talking about the character. Yeah, because Ed's such a sleazeball. We are talking about Ed the character just to get rid of that confusion. So can we just change his name
Well,
to
you
Rob
described
or
him yourself,
something?
I think, as a bit of a toad.
Yeah, he is a bit, yeah. When he was actually described in the script, when I was first sent it, before the audition, he was described simply as handsome, which I wasn't sure if I could really pull off. When they cast me, they changed that subtly. I was almost offended when you read in the script, it doesn't just say handsome, it just says Rob. Long hair. So
You look very different
it.
without your specs, though.
I know, I've transformed. It's like Clark Kent and not quite Superman. Yeah.
So the story is, this is a group of people, 6 people who were together in their 20s.
Yeah.
And they all shared a house together.
Yeah, at one time or another, they all came through this one house, and one of them now, the girl there, Hannah, played by Zoe there, she's just come back from Japan where she's had a rough time and she's lost her job, and she realises that a guy she used to go out with is now getting engaged, and she just decides she wants to get all the gang together because she really wants to see this guy again. But through that's the sort of catalyst that gets everybody together for a
But it did sort of, before she went to Japan, it did sort of break down because her and this Martin guy, who's the guy who's getting married, they sort of always had a bit of a... They were attracted to each other.
They were going out.
Until you came
Until
along.
I was his best friend, and I slept with her. Once again, Rob can we just make 100% certain that it was Rob slept with her, and that was how it all fell apart. So things are still raw, and there's still, open wounds left to be,
It's funny because the easy question would be, how do you fit this in with the stand-up and the comedy? But in fact, you've been doing it for years, because then you look back and think, oh, hang on a second, in 1999, I think the first character appearance was in Father Ted.
I did, yeah, I did. I played a teenager. I feel old now. Now I'm playing a 30-something who's lost direction in his life. It seems like only yesterday I was playing a teenager winding up priests on a priest chat line. I have been doing it a bit on and off. Generally, very sort of mediocre success.
Well, you've got a movie as well.
I've done a number of straight-to-DVD, low-budget independent things, yeah. It's funny, apparently Jack Lemmon, one thing I read about Jack Lemmon is that apparently every time before they go to a take, he used to say, magic time. I think that's because Jack Lemmon never worked in low-budget independent movies.
Did you not feel it was magic?
A lot of times it doesn't really feel like magic. Come on, quick, we've got the light. Get in, quick, say your line, say your line.
How was Glastonbury, though?
Glastonbury was great.
I mean, amazing weather.
It was amazing. It was, it's terrible to complain about the weather when it's hot, but it was quite funny seeing hippies aren't really built for that kind of heat.
Too much hair.
It's good to have yourself just being a bit damp when you've got that much hair that's not washed. And it was so funny because you'd see people, because Glastonbury's it's a party festival, and you see people go, come on, we'll stay up till 6 in the morning, 7 in the morning, doesn't matter, we can sleep all day tomorrow. No, you can't sleep in a tent at midday, because then you'll have your own little demonstration of the greenhouse effect right there.
Well, so
it's like being under a magnifying glass.
What's worse then in that case? Glastonbury when you wake up because your tent is too hot, or Glastonbury when you wake up because your tent is floating away?
Floating away. I've only ever done it when I've literally floated away in a tent, and it wasn't good.
I could sleep in the mud. Hippos can sleep in mud, so can hippies. That's the way I see it. It's just funny seeing a whole festival of over 100,000 people all just wandering around going, why can't we open the window? Because you're out outside. I can't be outside.
But when it does rain, there's also a sense of everybody really gets together as well and goes, I know it's raining, but we're fine and we'll get on with it. So there's quite a nice little feeling when that happens.
What about the atmosphere on the cabaret stage then, when you're in there? Because do people come in when it's sunny outside? How do you attract a crowd?
That's tricky. When it rains, rain is very good for the cabaret stage, apart from when it's noisy rain. But rain is generally pretty good because people get in to get out of the rain. But during the day, it's really hot, and it's like growing mushrooms in the cabaret stage. It's fantastically hot. But I was on in the evening, and it's fine. And it's actually, what's great about playing a place like Glastonbury or any of those festivals is that the tent is open at the back, and it's like busking, because you see people walking by, and they're kind of like, they're going to be walking by, and you'll just be like... and they just sit down and join the crowd. And if you've got a bigger crowd than you had at the end,
that's the trick to end up with more people than you started with.
Yeah.
Thank you very much indeed. Reunited is BBC One. It's tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And thank you very much for coming.
Good.
It's lovely to see you.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, now join us tomorrow.